Hello viewers, Spray here. Actually it's raining outside, and I'm off today. I didn't have to go into work. Yes, I'm here midnight. Actually not a whole lot's going on. Just sitting here talking to my friends and just sitting. I was actually looking at a picture that I posted on Facebook yesterday that I put up there last night. I actually went into Avataria last night with a few friends, and we hung out, and it was nice. And I don't know, last night was just fun. It was probably the most fun I've had with everybody in a while. And to be perfectly honest, there's been some heartaches and some problems among everybody that I've socialized with. But ultimately, in the end, and I've had time to think about this, is no matter what's went on with you and no matter what you do, there's always time to let go of the things that upset you and make you angry and make you sad the most. And it took me a really long time to do this. But, I mean, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. And I still have a lot of other issues presently. But I think right now the most important thing is learning a very valuable lesson about all this and realizing that sometimes you have to be willing to let go of the past, and you have to be willing to forgive, even though sometimes it can be the hardest thing you've ever had to do. And believe me, it wasn't easy. But I think it's time now. And some other people have been hurt by this, and as well as I have. And it's not worth it anymore. Not even to me, because I can end up losing some very special people in my life that I really don't want to. And it just gets to be too much. I mean, a person can have these things happen to them, and you can build up a wall around yourself and be at your most invulnerable, most angry. But ultimately, at the end, is it worth it? No. Not if you're going to lose the people that love you the most and that you love the most. And the people that want the best for you and everything else. So, I guess in short, I think no matter what's going on, I think it's important that no matter how many problems that you have with anybody, you should always talk it out. You should never be angry as much as you want to be. And that's what you have to learn. I mean, there are certain situations that you're not going to be able to get that in, but sometimes you just gotta be willing to, as Guns N' Roses put it, let live and let die. There's another situation that I'm in currently that I'm probably not going to be doing that in. But in my eyes, that's a situation that's gotten really ugly and out of hand entirely. And it's going to be an uphill battle. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not going to be pretty at all. Ultimately, in the end, you have to realize that you have to you have to be willing to grab hands that are reaching out for you, and unfortunately I never took the time to do that, and I wasn't willing to up until this point. And up until last night I didn't see what was most valuable until last night actually happened. And I'm just glad I did. It was a lesson that I had to learn. And unfortunately, there are going to be more lessons I'm going to have to learn down the line. But with that being said, I know I'm not going to have to do it alone anymore. I've got people who can help. And that, too, has been hard for me to learn. I didn't really see who was there and who wasn't. It's kind of like, how can you put this? When you're in situations and you stumble, it's kind of hard to see what's in front of you or who's in front of you. All you see is blackness. It's like being in a really dark room and just trying to find your way. That's how it's been for a long time. And to be perfectly honest, to the people I'm saying this to, it is. And it will be for a while. So, but basically all in all, last night was good. And I think last night I learned a pretty valuable lesson. And it was a good lesson to learn. And I was able to do something that I don't want to say that I didn't think I was able to, but more along the lines of might I thought it might have been difficult. In the back of my mind, yes. But once I was willing to do what I had to, it was the most important thing. Sometimes there are going to be, I guess the lesson I've learned is there are going to be situations where you're going to have lessons being taught, and you're going to have situations where a fight is going to be the end result. But, and I know I hate saying that, but it's true. Especially with me in this other situation. I feel like I have to put on the toughest face I can, and I think I've done that pretty well, actually. And it's hard, especially when you've been a certain way your entire life, and you've been in certain situations your entire life. But then things change, and then you realize, okay, I can do this. I can get through that. And that's probably the hardest lesson you're going to have to learn. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's basically it. Last night was fun. I had fun with my friends. And on Avataria and on imvu, of course. I'll admit there's still a lot of progress that needs to be made. And in time that will come. But there's also something else I have to do. That's going to be kind of difficult, but I can do it. It needs to be done. And, well, that's basically it. In short, last night was fun. I learned a lesson last night, and in that, I guess we'll see what comes in the future. Until then, see you later. I envy you on Facebook, friends.